Welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and it got a little chilly. We actually, no clapping. No clapping over there. Yeah, my furnace is on.
Yeah, our furnace is on, too.
It was 63 in our house yesterday. My nose was cold, and I'm like, I can't do it.
My children were cold, so yeah. My children, I was doing okay. I probably would have gotten cold, though, by morning. I don't like to wake up in the house be too cold.
Yeah.
I sleep good when it is a little cold, but I don't want it too cold, you know?
Yeah, because I've got that, like, in our bedroom, Jim's got plastic around all the stuff, you know, the furnace little thingies, and because I've got that split unit in our bedroom. For the air conditioning because my hot flashes. Well, and so it does heat too, but like it'll literally be like on air conditioning probably or 63. Or I'll sleep with the doors open when I'm sleeping. But then when I get up to have to move around, you know, like if you get up and you get in a shower, it's like okay, now I'm freezing. Yeah, but I have to sleep when it's cold. I mean, I want it to be cold because of these stupid hot flashes.
Yeah.
But the best news ever.
Yeah, what?
I have 6 chicken eggs. My chickens, I have 8 chickens, and I've got 6 eggs.
Have you been collecting egg cartons?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting one a day. So one girl is doing good. The other ones aren't doing their thing yet.
She's probably one of the oldest.
And I think it's one of the Rhode Island, or no, what are mine called? What one did I tell you I had?
Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rocks. It's because, boy, she gets mad.
Yeah, she's a little.
You go in there.
She's a little broody. So for those that don't have chickens, broody is what you call a hen that wants to sit on her eggs and not get off and let you have the egg. She wants to raise it as a little baby.
You go in there. Because when I go out there, I feed them all the fun stuff. I've got like Jim feeds them in the morning, and they go crazy for him. But when I go out there, they're getting strawberries, or they're getting lettuce, or they're getting whatever else I buy for them. Because my chickens don't really get leftovers because we don't cook that much. I buy them blueberries, and I buy them fresh vegetables all the time.
Yeah,
because they're spoiled chickens. Because they say spoiled chickens lay better eggs, I guess. And but anyway, I get one box. Still the same box every time. But boy,
wait a second.
If I go in there, she is balking at me. She'll come in that coop and she'll yell at me.
So here's the thing. If your egg is in the same box, it doesn't mean it's the same chicken. So like we have 5 boxes.
Yeah.
Every one of them lays their eggs in the same box.
Really?
Yes. They'll pick a favorite, and
but it's the same color.
Yeah,
I only have 2 different breeds.
You only have 2 different breeds, so you're gonna have what 4 or 5 chickens that lay the same color egg.
Okay, yeah.
Well, actually, all of your chickens are gonna lay brown eggs, so you're not gonna be able to tell.
This one's like this Plymouth. This is like a really light pink.
Oh, okay.
It's a light pink egg, but the bus will lay a tan egg, right?
Yeah, so you'll know. So you'll have 2 different colors, but you won't really know which chicken it was. Because they're all going to start using the same box.
Now, why are they doing that?
They're chickens and they're dumb. So, like, really, if you
why are you doing that,
if you have like a small chicken coop like we do, really, you could get by with like 1, maybe 2 boxes.
I have 6.
Yeah, I have 5.
I have 8 birds and I have 6.
I have 5 or 6. I can't remember if there's 4 on that one wall or 3. But anyway, it doesn't matter because they only use the one that they like. Well, occasionally they'll use 2.
Yeah, because like their little pen is big, so they got plenty of room in their coop. And I told Jim, I said, we may need to extend the girls' coop out just a little bit, you know, so they have more room. Jim's like, they cut it all up because I went in there one night when it was dark and they were already, because I left the light on in there. And so like there's like he'd made like roosting like boards for them to roost on, you know, like one going this way, one go, you know, there's like 3 of them, right? Oh, no, they're all lined up on one, and I'm like, what are you girls doing?
Yeah, they'll never use the others. Might as well take them out.
Why?
Because they're chickens and they're dumb.
I mean, I don't, you got
So our chickens do the same thing. Like, they have a roosting bar at the top of the coop. I mean, they have plenty of room, and instead they all huddle together in one area of it instead of, like, spreading out around the coop.
Yeah, I don't understand that. So Jim's like, you want me? But now my coop is like, what is because this is my coop has electric in it, and so it's electrified. So it's very well insulated. It's a hand built. Jim built this thing with a nice roof on it and stuff. So what do you do about like when wintertime comes? I mean, because like they want ventilation. So the window, it's got a window in it, so it's cracked. Should I shut the window now?
Shut the window for the night. In the day, you could open it, but like we have a little red heating lamp in there. So on the nights that it's cold, we just shut the door and turn the heating lamp on.
Okay, so that is okay to heat it a little once it gets cold.
I do, but there's people that have chickens that never do anything.
Some people are like, don't do that.
But their chickens are just solely utilitarian to them. They're not looking at them like, this is a sweet little pet.
I love my chicken.
Turn the heat on for them.
I'll go to.
That's what I do.
Yeah, they'll have heat, electric. There's lights. There, who knows?
Yeah.
I'll probably play soft music at night for them.
Yeah, our chickens.
I love them. They're so funny. Yeah, like the other day, I was trying to get them rounded up or whatever, and so I was down and I'm like shooing them in there, and I was just shoot. I kind of do what you do, shoot, get in there, and then one just just. Shut down, so I'm like, well, honey, and I just picked her up. Oh yeah, it's one of them buffs. I picked her up, and she literally laid her hand, and I'm like, oh my.
For those that don't have chickens, chickens
I don't even know if I
actually
can eat
be
chicken
kind of. They can be cuddly, and they have different. Some of them don't. Some of them are just so stupid, but some of them are really have a personality. And they're sweet, and they'll follow you around like a little puppy dog.
Oh, they're wonderful.
I mean, Carissa used to take her chickens for walks in a stroller, and they went everywhere on the back of the four-wheeler with her and everything.
The one that I call Houdini, that's the only one that's really got a name because you can't tell them apart. But Houdini, you can tell who she is because she's the alpha. And she's the one that's, I know it's her because the other ones are pretty. They're pretty, but no, you can tell. And she'll pick you. She'll get you. But yeah, that little buff, she just laid down, and then I picked her up, and she was just like,
aww.
I love her. I don't even know if I was like, we went to Mexican yesterday, and I ordered chicken. I couldn't hardly eat my chicken on the beach knowing that I was eating chicken.
Well, you'll have to get over that. Those chickens are different than your chickens, Stacey. Those are meat chickens.
I know.
And they're different than the egg chickens.
Yeah, I could never, ever, ever eat one of those chickens. Somebody's like, because some people are like, oh yeah, when they get so old and they're done or whatever, we just eat them. No. And I'm like,
our last chickens, they lived to be 10. Well, not all of them, but they were 10 years old. They hadn't laid eggs in years, and we were still feeding them like how much feed a month,
Yeah.
Just because. We're not going to eat them. We can't kill it. I mean, the final one was Ariel. She was over 10 years old. She was beautiful. She was very sweet. No, we didn't eat her.
Well, what do you do with chickens?
Die of natural causes.
Where do they go though? Did they just die on you?
Yeah, they just die, and then Jason takes care of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I'm just like, I don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm the good side of the chicken farmer because I don't have to. I don't handle that stuff. I could if I had to, but
I wouldn't.
Jason handled it, and that's fine. There's things that are good for him to handle.
Yeah,
that's one of them. Jim would take care of that dead body, would you?
Yeah, I would never. No, I would never be able to do that because I'd be crying the whole time. But yeah, they're so funny.
Yeah.
I just enjoy them. I just go out there and balk at them. They balk at me. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy. I have flowers planted around them, so it's pretty. The chicken coop's really, and there's stuff like that. But I did put my lavender down there, and they could get their heads through there. They ate my lavender, so I got a whole different plan of that chicken coop is soft. I mean, it's got. Yeah, Jim's got it because I'm like, make sure that's predator proof. Jim's like, well, we don't live out in the country. I said, I know that, but there's still.
You're close enough to the fields.
I said, yeah, it's got to be predator. He's like, good Lord. He said, you'll break into our house before you break into that chicken coop.
Well, if they can get their head through the fence, though, that means a mink could get in.
Well, they stick because it's like fencing like this. You know, like regular fencing, but they stick their You
need to the bottom 3 feet. You need to put some of that fencing around that the squares are only like this big.
We have some of that, like that hog fencing or whatever.
You need to put that at 2 feet from the ground up. Otherwise, you'll end up with a mink.
A mink?
A mink. They come in and they destroy chicken coops, and they don't even care about eating the chickens. They just kill them all and leave one big old bloody mess.
Oh, I would die.
Every chicken in the coop.
I would absolutely die.
There's a lot of people around here that have had their coops destroyed by a mink.
Really?
It's a type of weasel, I think. I think it's in the same family.
Well,
yeah. Anyway, just saying, if your chickens can get their heads out, that means that something can get in. You tell Jim Earlywine that Beth Cooper said.
Well,
that his
I know
coop is not completely predator proof.
We'll do that. That'd be super easy to remedy. Yeah, because probably, and we got a bunch of chicken wire left over too. Because could we even put chicken wire on the outside of it too?
Maybe that's what I'm. No chicken. It depends. The one that we have is like little bitty tiny squares.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that real heavy hog fencing, and then there's just chicken wire. I could have you just put chicken wire because it would have, and then just tape it.
But it has to be little tiny holes that nothing could squeeze through.
The chicken wire just got little bitty. Nothing could get through them.
Okay.
But a mink.
Okay, a mink. They are around here. Minks. Occasionally I'll see one, like crossing the road. Have you ever seen one?
No.
They're like a little brown weasel looking thing. I mean, we've all seen a mink coat, and you think about mink. I don't think there's as many mink in the world as there used to be. I think.
Well, it sounds to me like there shouldn't be.
Yeah, they're pretty mean. They are.
Yeah.
I can see why people killed them. I mean, I think they're not nice.
Yeah, we get skunks. I've seen skunks, raccoons, and possums. I've never seen a mink in my area, but that doesn't say they're not there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys live, and that's in the middle of town, and they be running around.
Well, I mean, we've never had one in our yard that I know of, but I made sure when we built it that wouldn't happen because I know other people that have had coops around Flora, and all their chickens were killed.
Well, that's going to change when I get home.
I think Rob Clifton was the first one that ever told me about that.
Yeah, I did.
They were at church or something. They came home or something, and I don't know, maybe not church. I don't remember exactly, but all of their chickens had been killed, and it was a big old bloody mess. He had to clean up.
Yeah, that Carol Willison told me about that.
Yeah,
it was because they had tons of chickens. A mink got in there and just destroyed.
Yeah. So you don't want that.
No, because
you're too close to. I mean, you're just basically across the
there's a field.
road from a field.
Yeah, there's a field right there. Yeah, I'd hate to have to go kill every mink in town.
Good luck finding them. I think they're sneaky. Do you have an ad for us?
I do have an ad.
We should probably get our show on the road here. We're going to run out of time.
Talk about chickens. I'll just talk about chickens all day long. Let's see. I picked up some from the 1900s. I'm gonna have to find which one here.
Okay.
Let's see which one. I can't see.
Picture this. No.
This one.
Which one do I got?
The lunch lady.
Lunch lady.
Lunch.
Oh, look at this. This is funny. This is a food product. A dainty lunch of boneless chicken prepared in 1 minute, one of 30 varieties. Okay, so this ad is from the 1900s, okay?
Yeah, it's old. You can tell by her dress.
Libby's Luncheons, okay? There were 5 times as many cans of Libby's Luncheon meats sold in 1899 as in 1898, proving great popularity of these convenient, delectable meats. I just found it funny that and it was like Libby McNeil and Libby out of Chicago. That just blew my mind that there was actually prepared meat in cans in the 1800s.
I bet it was very salty.
Libby's luncheon meats are delicious food, perfectly prepared, always already. No fire, no bother. All you have to do is to serve for sandwiches, quick lunches, suppers, emergencies of any description. They include delicacies and substantials, appetizers, and satisfying for all meals, indoors and outdoors. We publish a neat little book called How to Make Good Things Go Eat, which we send free to everyone who requests it by letter or postal. It gives more than 100 recipes for preparing Libby's luncheon meats. I'm like thinking, so processed food's been around for a long time.
So this is basically like a can of tuna, but a can of chicken, which you can still buy. Is there there's a brand called Libby's now that's like Libby's Pumpkin is what brand of pumpkin I buy for pumpkin pie.
Right.
I wonder if it's the same Libby.
I don't know.
And also, was Libby ever really a real person? Was it always a corporation? And 2, or is that 3, do they still make chicken?
I don't know, but these had 5 different kinds of meat. There were 5, yeah. Isn't that crazy? I'm thinking, so really, my thought process is we've been poisoning America for a long time.
Yeah.
Out of convenience. But yeah, food products. And the bottom part says Libby, McNeil and Libby, Chicago.
Well, I doubt that these had any kind of chemicals or anything like that. Probably. They're not going to have the shelf life what they would today. I'm sure they just had a lot of salt in it. They used
probably,
like Laura Ingalls always had Their
Salt
meat
prever-
salted and cured. You know, their meat was
Yeah.
salted and kept, and it stayed all winter.
Yeah,
Whatever.
some meat
But
I don't like. We got a hog one time, and they're like, "Do you want it cured or do you want it this?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I never, and I did not like it at all. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it was.
yeah,
I don't know, but I don't
that
know.
happened to us once too. I think.
I didn't like it. It was just too
Yeah.
salty or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I didn't like it. I liked my pork steak that I get at IGA better than what I got when I bought that pig. Or salt and strings. I love salt and strings.
Yeah, I think it depends on who prepares it. Like,
I think you're right.
yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back, and I've just got a few little stories here that I found interesting. So we'll be
Okay.
right back.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and I found another article from Marina Lentz Thomas, piecing together the past, and there was a couple really cool pictures up there, and I'm like, wow, that's really neat. And I actually had to finally buy myself a magnifying glass.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did, because like I look at these pictures and you can kind of see them, but then when you get that magnifying glass and you can really get the details of what's going on. And I'm like, well, this is kind of an interesting article. And shows one of the pictures shows a beautiful home, and then I don't know. I'm just going to talk a little bit about Sailor Springs, a little bit here, but yeah, this one's called The Family Celebration.
Okay.
And Rena starts saying that there was a couple ladies from Louisville and Bible Grove that visited her a few weeks. Of course, Rena's passed, so I'm reading this as she's written it. So there was a couple ladies from Louisville and Bible Grove, and they had visited Rena. And they were like wanting Rena to like identify the subjects of this photo. So they had this photo come out, and they were just trying to figure out who these people are. Rita, she made the comment that she said the two photos were given to one of them by an aunt. So apparently these ladies from Louisville and Bible Grove, an aunt of theirs had given them these photos. I love going to auctions and buying old photos.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever do that? But there's nothing better than going to an auction and buying a box of photos and going through them.
I read this book by this woman, and she went to auctions and collected photos of old photos, postcards, and she only bought ones that had quilts in the background, because back then a lot of people would use a quilt as a background. And now she has this collection that's worth a ton of money.
Really?
Because it's like it actually shows like the history of quilting and stuff. So anyway, just an
that's
interesting
fun.
tidbit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She said, Rena goes on to say, the two photos are fairly clear and appear to be taken on the same day, as the key figures are wearing the same attire in both pictures, which they are, because I got my magnifying glass out, and she was correct. And I wish this house still stood when I show you the second picture, but I'm sure it doesn't. Anyway, one appears to be a dinner occasion depicting a cake, perhaps in celebration of a 50th wedding anniversary or another honorable event. On the back of one of the photos, we can make out the name E. Sunderman. So they thought it may have been Ed and his wife Eva. But the dates do not fit for this couple, who were married in 1889. If it were their 50th anniversary, the photo would have been from around 1939. And this photo was obviously taken prior to that year, judging from their mode of dress. So let's show the picture of like the dinner table. Like
what if they were dressed in their wedding clothes, but it was their 50th wedding anniversary?
So see, like you can see this. I mean, yeah, it's for an old black and white photo. It is. I mean, that's a big old long banquet table right there. And you're talking, yeah, but you can tell by the way they're kind of dressed. This is definitely not 1839.
Yeah. You mean 1939?
Yes, 1939. Yes.
Yeah. It looks more like 1899.
Yeah, so it definitely should. It's probably not the people that they thought that it was.
What a spread.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. And like as she said, and Rena was like, and you can notice on the table that it was fine silver. It was not, of course, plastic silverware probably, but fine silver on the table. So they were definitely celebrating. And when you look back at their outfits, I mean, those men are like in suits.
Yeah.
And so it had to have been something special. And like I said, I got the magnifying glass out, and it definitely was. You need to get one so you can look at all the pictures because it was so
what
cool.
I do is I just take a picture of it on my phone, and then I zoom in on the picture on my phone.
Yeah, but my phone must not be very good because it makes everything blurry. That's me, though, and I could be taking bad pictures. Only one of the 4 young men has been tentatively identified in this picture. The third one from the left is thought to be Edward Fopay, son of Charles and Nancy Robinson Fopay. Norma Lee Fopay Stanley believes it to be her father, possibly around 20 to 25 years of age. This would make the photo taken around 1914 to 1919, as Edward was born in 1894. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And so here's the other thing about this picture, because you don't just have a camera ready, right?
Yeah.
Back in so if the photo was taken in 1914 or 19, you don't just like, oh, let me pull out my Polaroid and take that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, now the second photo, you can take that one down, then put the other photo up as the second photo. Now this is full of, not that one, it's a family. That one, look at that house in the back.
Wow, that almost looks familiar.
Right? I need to drive through Sailor Springs one time and see if it's still there. But yeah, look how cool that picture is. Look how they're all dressed to the nines. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it's the people in the front's 50th wedding anniversary or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the second photo taken in front of a very elegant-looking, large, 2-story house, we see the same couple seated in the center, who were standing to the left by the cake in the first photo. I was also told by Noma that the gray-haired lady to the left of the house balcony is Nancy Robinson Fopay.
I see her.
Now, see, to the left,
Yeah.
Okay.
She's right behind the man. She's at his right shoulder.
Yes.
The man that's sitting in the front center.
Nancy was the mother of Edward Fopay and the grandmother of Norma Lee Fopay Stanley. Nancy, born in 1862, was the daughter of Joseph and Mary Jane Hudson Robinson. Now, see, these are names. I'm going to hit the old find a grave later on and find, because these are names we haven't really been hearing of.
Yeah,
but look at that home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look at the last name, Fopay, if you can find Sailor Springs, or what's that cemetery in Sailor Springs called?
Dillman,
thank you.
Mm-hmm. I just wish we could time travel and go back to this party.
Oh, me
Wouldn't
too.
you want to just show up there and walk amongst this group of people and introduce yourself and be like, I'm Stacey Earlywine, and you'd be like, oh, okay, well, you're Nancy. It's so nice to meet you, Nancy.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that would be fun. Like, what were they eating?
Yeah.
What was on that spread? What was the temperature? Because we all know it's either burning hot around here or freezing cold. There's very few days where it's like the perfect 70 degrees.
Yeah.
They all have on long sleeves.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, were they
And look at all the little children in the front. Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, see, because I could walk around there and be like, hello, my name is Stacey Earlywine. My great-grandparents are Baldy and Josephine Franklin.
Yeah.
That'd blow their mind.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, because Baldy and Josephine would be alive at the time this is all taking place. Nancy was born in 1862, was the daughter of Joseph and Mary Jane Hudson Robinson. She was born in Williamson County, Illinois, and grew up near Iola. She first married Ben Craig in 1875, and he passed away 3 years later in 1878. Her second marriage was in 1880 to Charles Louis Faupe. Her obituary says the couple had 7 children born to them, but an early 1900 Clay County census states they had 10 children born to them, with 8 living. Some, no doubt, died in infancy. Charles Faupe passed away in 1900 at the age of 79.
There are no Faupes at Dillman Cemetery. What was his first name?
Charles Louis Faupe.
Okay.
And then, but her first husband was Ben Craig.
Louis as in...
Louis.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Nancy's parents were Joseph and Mary Jane Hudson Robinson.
They're buried at Hoosier Prairie.
They're buried at Hoosier Prairie. Joseph Robinson, the father of Nancy Robinson, was married to Mary Jane Hudson and living in southern Illinois during the Civil War. He was a Yankee supporting the Union cause and, in fact, gave speeches for the Union in favor of the United States staying united. He had been warned about his Union support and told if he didn't cease, the bushwhackers, Confederate guerrillas, would get him. Okay, so that's a name we need to look up.
Which one?
Joseph Robinson.
Faupe served in the Civil War.
Faupe did?
Mm-hmm. Joseph Robinson.
Yeah, Joseph Robinson.
Middle name? There's probably...
No.
Do we know where he's buried?
Nope.
But probably Clay County.
I would hope so.
Okay.
It says Joseph Robinson, but they were living in southern Illinois during the Civil War. He was a Yankee supporter, the Union cause. Yeah, otherwise they told him if he didn't back down, the bushwhackers, the Confederate guerrillas, would get him. One night he was attacked, shot, and left for dead. The same time proved fatal to his brother, Dan Faupe, shot by the same bunch. So Joseph Robinson and Dan Faupe are brothers. So they must have different fathers.
Okay.
That's an interesting story, isn't it? See, these stories that we find, these articles, just keep chasing us from place to place. Do we need to take a commercial yet? I don't know. I'm not paying much attention because I'm reading the story and it's crazy.
You can go a little more.
Okay, good. So apparently Joseph Robinson, because it said the same time, proved fatal to his brother Dan Faupe, shot by the same bunch. Soon after this, Joseph sold his farm and store and moved to a farm by Edgewood. His wife, Mary Jane, died soon after this. Okay, he's buried in a small cemetery in Edgewood.
Which one?
Joseph Robinson.
So that's probably
Yeah.
Fayette County.
Yes, I would think so. Joseph also died not long after, and both are buried in a small cemetery south or southeast of Edgewood. And then it says, perhaps this information on the Faupes and Robinsons is confusing, but I presented it with the hope it will help someone identify the event, perhaps the house, people, or year concerning the 2 photos. Yeah, I want to know where that house is at. And I love the photos. I need to break that I'm done with that one.
Joseph married a woman named Urania.
Huh?
Her first name was Urania. Urania. Urania.
Does it say anything about a wife, Mary Jane?
No.
Huh.
Maybe it's not the same
Maybe
one.
it must not be, yeah, because it says he sold, his wife, Mary Jane, and they're both buried. Mary Jane is also buried in Edgewood with him. So.
Okay. Okay.
So that is a rabbit hole we're just chasing.
Yes, it is.
But Mary Jane was also, she was married, I bet it's their second ones, because she was first married to a Ben Craig. Mary Jane was married to a Ben Craig, and then she married Joseph Robinson, because Ben Craig died 3 years later, and then she married Joseph Robinson. Yeah, so maybe he was married to a woman prior to her. I don't know, but it's really cool.
Yeah, these guys are a little hard to track down.
Yeah. Yeah, Rena literally said that it was a trail. It's a hard trail to follow.
For sure.
Yeah. But super cool.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take a commercial break and we will be right back.
At Clay County Hospital, we are dedicated to providing quality care for you and your family. Our skilled medical team is committed to your well-being, ensuring that you receive the personalized attention you deserve. From filling your prescriptions at our state-of-the-art pharmacy to a visit with our compassionate behavioral health providers, we're here to support you every step of the way in your journey. Experience the difference at Clay County Hospital, where your health is our priority. Clay County Hospital. Complete care, start to finish.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County, Farmers Mutual Insurance.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and we're hunting people down.
We're hunting them down. We're figuring out what happened to them.
And we're not really doing much.
No, we're sometimes hit dead ends.
We do hit dead ends.
We can come back to that one, though. That just is going to take a little computer time. We might dig up more info on them.
Computer time. Who does computer time, me or you? That girl does. Then I found it really neat because it is a little bit, I want to talk a little bit about this. I found another Back Then in Sailor Springs column written by Linda Davidson. And I love reading these because Linda was she's still alive. I shouldn't say was because she doesn't write anymore. But anyway, great writer. Absolutely great.
Fantastic.
Great writer. And anyway, so I wanted to read this because because Sailor Springs is my favorite place in Clay County. And so I love reading it. So I'm going to read this, what she says. In Sailor Springs, one special house was built in 1881. It had 3 rooms downstairs and 3 rooms upstairs. Later, there was a back porch added. It was very small with little window panes. There were a lot of windows and doors in the house. The windows were very low, almost to the floor, and almost as tall as the ceiling. There were several doors everywhere. So I'm already picturing this in my mind.
Yeah, and I love the extra, like the big windows. I love that. But then you think they let in so much light, but do they also let in a lot of like cold air in the winter?
Probably, yeah, because that's what she's getting ready to talk a little bit about the heating and the cooling.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay because that's what I pulled this one out at the perfect time because it is a little bit chilly because it talks a little bit about keeping things cool because there's no electric. Back then, in the old days, there wasn't any way to keep cool except with breezes blowing through open windows and doors. That was the only way to let in fresh air and wind. To heat the house in winter, each room had a wood stove. And see, that's the other thing. I think a wood stove, but don't you have to keep feeding that thing full of wood? As fast as wood burns up, you'd be up all night long.
Well, right. That's why when they woke up in the mornings, a lot of times it was so cold. It was freezing cold. They would wake up Laura and Mary in their little loft, they would wake up and their blankets, Ma would have a pile of quilts on those girls, and they would wake up and there would be sheets of ice on top of their quilts.
Yeah.
That's how, because there was moisture coming in from the ceiling of the cabin.
Yeah.
And they were at the top of it, and it just, all that moisture came in, landed on them, and it froze. That's how cold it was in their house.
Yeah.
The water froze.
Yeah, so to everybody freaking out about a boil order.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Put it in perspective.
And then their water pail in the mornings, they had to have a pail of water downstairs, and Ma would have to bust it open to get fresh water for them to wash their faces because all the water frozen inside the house.
Inside the house.
So.
Oh, man. I'm telling you.
We have a maid in the shade, and people don't even realize
definitely.
It. Still want to complain.
Yeah. The living room, kitchen downstairs, and 2 bedrooms upstairs were the only rooms heated. There was no insulation, so the cold winter winds blew the curtains away from the windows. Oh, man, can you imagine? It was really cold. Everyone sat around the wood stove with hot faces and cold backs.
I believe it.
I believe it. Freezing and cold nights. Back then, bricks were heated and wrapped in cloth to put in the beds to keep feet warm. The bricks would produce lots of warmth under the covers. Feather beds would be the mattress of the day and time era. Feather pillows for sleepy heads. Plenty of goose feathers had to be plucked and cleaned, stored to be stuffed in pillow casings. Can you imagine? I mean,
no thanks.
I need a new pillow. Let's go find a goose and pluck it.
It'd take more than one goose. Fill a pillow.
Can you imagine?
It takes a lot. I mean, if you lay feathers on top of each other, it takes a lot of feathers before you even have a little bit of a pile.
I know it. And you need a whole pillow? Crazy. The floors of the house were plank style, polished shiny wood. Hooked rugs were used in front of the wood stove and in front of chairs. Lacy sheer curtains graced the windows all over the house. Oil lamps were placed on tables in front of windows and at the kitchen table. There is a beautiful open stairway in the middle of the house, 14 steps up to the second floor. That's quite a ways up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I have 11 to mine. That's quite a ways up. A hallway downstairs and upstairs. The halls are narrow and the stairway is narrow. At the front of the stairs is the front door entrance. Above the door is a glass pane, which lets in eastern sunlight every morning. Out front was a small porch. There is scalloped gingerbread trim all around the roof of the porch. It is a cozy porch. Out back, leading out from the back porch and down a path, was the outhouse. Do we really even need to talk about the outhouse?
Might need to.
Beautiful rose bushes and flowers grace the little outhouse, making it well hidden. I'm thinking you'd want it to kind of help with other things, too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even fathom that, getting up in the middle of the night and having to go out there.
Yeah, with no flashlight.
No flashlight.
You got a lantern, I guess. But, like, I just know, even in our backyard, like, there's skunks or whatever wander around.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine heading out to the outhouse and then meeting a skunk?
Or a mink,
snake.
or a snake.
Yeah.
Or a deer, or a...
Yeah.
Anything. Oh,
Coyote.
Man. Coyote. Oh, yeah.
Scary stuff.
That is scary.
Or bear.
Or bear.
Not in Clay County, probably. Although
Cougars.
there have been bears shot here. We've done a story about a bear.
Yeah.
It's a long, long time ago. But this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, man. The little house had many people living in it over the 100 years it has been built. It has been truly a home for all kinds of different people. If only its walls could talk.
Mm-hmm.
So the saying goes, it would have a lot to tell. It stood tall in Sailor Springs' heyday and still stands tall today. My husband Leon and I have enjoyed living in it since 1981. So this would be the house, not when we went and visited Linda Davidson, not the doctor's house. This would have been the other house. And this house still stands to this day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like white and it's got like some red trim. Yeah, so that house is still there.
We should drive by.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It
interesting.
is one of the original houses still there. Yeah, I've been in it one time. But yeah, now she lives in Dr. Sparling's house, but which is a neat old house still standing. And but yeah, Linda, I was wondering when I kept talking about that, I'm like thinking, this house is kind of starting to come in. I'm like, I think it's Linda's house. It's literally like, if you know where the Christian church, if like you go into Sailor Springs, if you're traveling north up at the Clay City Blacktop, and then it's like the last road into Sailor Springs where the Christian church is at, just straight down that road. It's a little house right on the left hand side, almost right across the street from the Christian church in Sailor Springs.
Okay.
I think there's still. I think in Sailor Springs, I think the Christian church is still there. I think the Baptist church there may still be two churches there. Very interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I want to let's jump over a little bit. I found another one here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Goble's Mill.
Goble's Mill.
Goble's Mill in Louisville. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this. This is another one of Rena Lentz Thomas's stories. I'd never been. I didn't send a picture of this one because it's like a view east downtown Broadway Street, Louisville, but it's real blurry. So, and it's a mud street. It was not a real. Even with my magnifying glass, it was hard to see. Today, this is where the Clay County Jail would be on the left. So it's kind of like talking about like right in the. It's talking about where Nancy Byers lives.
That area of town was called Goble's Mill.
This is kind of like where we're talking about, like Nancy's house was the Sullivan house.
Okay.
And we did a story on Nancy's house and like where the jail sits.
So that is the east side of the square.
Yep. Goble's Mill was the first settlement at the site near what is now Louisville. This was named for George Goble. He's another person.
How's she spelling that? Because
Goble.
I think it's Goble.
Goble.
Yeah, it's Goble. We've talked about him before.
We have talked about George
I was like,
Goble.
this sounds close, but not the same. It's Goble.
Goble. I guess Goble would be two B's.
Yes, it would. You can call it Gobble if you want.
I like Goble. Goble's Mill. Goble's Mill.
Okay, Goble's Mill.
Goble's Mill.
Okay.
George and his wife, the former Nancy Arnold, moved in 1816 with their son, Benjamin, from the Vincennes, Indiana area to a place near, of course, the Little Wabash River known as McCauleyville. McCauleyville was the first post office to be opened in Clay County. Now, I don't ever remember talking about actual McCauleyville, do you? We talk about McCauley.
Yeah, I don't think we really said.
McCauleyville?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever put a Ville on the back of him.
And we did an episode on George Goble, too, and we don't know. I mean, him and Macaulay came to Clay County within months of each other.
Yeah.
And who's to say which one was really here first? It could have been George Goble the whole time, but he's living in the woods in a cabin by himself, and who knows how long he was there before he even ran into Macaulay. So it's a real mystery to me. Like, Macaulay gets the credit for being the first person to settle in Clay County, but it could have just as easily been George Goble. Nobody knows the exact month that they each arrived. So anyway, just saying, this could be the guy that was the first person in Clay County, Goble.
Yeah.
And I think when we talked about the Lost Cemetery in Louisville, I think he was one of them that was buried there. But don't quote me on that.
Yeah. That Lost Cemetery is still, that still blows my mind.
So if you haven't seen the episode on the Lost Cemetery, look that one up on our YouTube channel. Just type in Beth and Stacey and our channel will come up. It sits about where the parking lot to the Louisville American Legion is. A farmer went through, decided he owned the land, he could do what he wanted with it, and he drug a tractor through there and tore up every single stone, threw them, we're guessing, into the river because it's right there, and plowed it under and planted crops.
Yeah.
There were multiple Revolutionary War soldiers buried there, along with the founders of the county. I believe George Goble was one of them.
Yeah. And they didn't dig them up.
No, he didn't dig up anybody.
They didn't dig them up.
He just took away all the markers. All the history. Threw it in the river.
And apparently threw it into the river. So, which is kind of sad.
Super sad. I wish I could go back and find that farmer and punch him in the face.
Me too.
Pow. You don't do that.
Right, the kisser.
That's right.
He never
bust his lip.
He never watched Poltergeist, did he? Yeah, but that kind of caught me off McCauleyville. I just never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew he had that crossing area there where
Yeah.
he settled, but did it ever become a ville?
I didn't think so.
Maybe that's just what the Louisville people called it.
Yeah, because it said McCauleyville was the first post office to be opened in Clay County.
Oh, so
It was started at John McCauley's trading station in 1825, but was discontinued only 3 months later.
I don't know if we mentioned that or not.
I don't. That's
There was
not,
a lot of those post offices that came and went. They
Yeah.
were just here for a hot minute.
Yeah. Ty, you're gonna have to keep me on time here.
We're good for a commercial.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We need to take a commercial break, and we will be right back.
Since 2004, Ed Lewis Trucking has been moving America forward. Family owned and built on values that matter. Reliability, hard work, and service you can count on. From dry van freight to dump and hopper bottoms, plus top tier truck maintenance in their state of the art shop that's open to all truckers, not just their own fleet. They're growing stronger, expanding with their recent acquisition of McKinney Trucking, but never losing sight of what drives them. It's Ed Lewis Trucking, family driven, service proven. Call Ed Lewis Trucking at 618-686-3555.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me order lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas,
What?
you better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I'm Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine. We're talking about Goble's Mill there, and Beth and I, the more we talk about it, we're like, okay, now this and this and this, and our minds just keep going.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we covered these early guys.
Right, and I love going, I like revisiting them.
Me too.
Because it's like when we first started, it's like we find these articles and stuff, and then we do a little bit of it, and then we keep coming back because they kind of keep crossing over when we find other people.
Yep.
So anyway, it said... a year later, in 1817, the Goble family went farther into Clay County to what Benjamin Goble referred to the east side of the Grand Prairie. He said the prairie was 28 miles across. This was in Louisville Township. This place came to be known as Goble's Mill. I like Goble's better. Goble's Mill. And there was a store, sawmill, grist mill, a few houses, and a blacksmith shop there. George Goble, said to be a Revolutionary soldier, was buried in the old Louisville Cemetery, which was later known as the
Lost Cemetery.
Lost Cemetery. It was so well known because its location has become lost over the years. About 300 people are believed buried there. And like Beth said, it was situated 4 blocks south of the public square in Louisville. No tombstones exist now to mark the burial sites. And as time has gone by, the exact location has been lost. It is thought by some today to be where the American Legion is, like she just said, and their parking area, south edge of the town.
Yep.
Grissom Lee was believed to be the last one buried there. Grissom Lee. That name sounds familiar too.
I wonder if, like the American Legion at Louisville, if anyone is watching and affiliated with that group, like would that group be interested in investigating their property for the location of the lost cemetery? Because I think there is an Illinois group that comes around and does like investigations into that. I mean, American Legion is veterans.
Yeah.
This is Revolutionary War veterans buried under their parking lot.
Yeah, that needs
There
to
should be some type of marker.
There should be something needs to be done there.
I agree.
I think so. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
In 1842, the county voted to move the county seat from Maysville to Louisville, which we covered that before, which was more centrally located in the county. Louisville was named after Crawford Lewis. It was intended to be Louisville, as in Lewisville, but was misspelled by the surveyor. Love it. The first mail was delivered there in 1839, and the operation was moved into the new post office in 1867, 100 years before I was born. Blair Township is in northern Clay County, and one of the early settlements there was known as Jordan, so named in honor of William Jordan, who owned land there. This was just to the east of Old Horde. Have we talked about Old Horde before?
We've talked about Horde. I don't know that we really focus on Old Horde.
Yeah, that might not be so. This little piece of paper that I found here has given us all sorts of little
Which
things.
Old Horde, if I remember right, is if you turn on the Bible Grove Blacktop off of Route 45 and you immediately take the very first left of the old Route 45 and there's just a quarter mile of road there with a couple of houses on it, that was originally Horde, I believe, is what someone told me.
Well, yeah, she said, which I think you just explained it, which was a short distance east of Route 25, which 25 is now 45. A post office was established in Jordan in 1858. The first postmaster was John Bill. Yeah. So that's just a little bit of early ramblings of, yeah.
Very
but it's
interesting.
so, yeah, because like, I guess Goble's Mill, because it would have been called a mill because of the sawmill, the grist mill. When I think of mills, I automatically think of the water, you know.
Yeah, the big water wheel, like on Little House on the Prairie. Like they had them there.
I mean, I don't even think about grist mills or sawmills.
But I think any kind of mill had that water thing.
Yeah, I think
Isn't that
so.
what powered it?
I think so.
They like that turned and made power and turned the big
and what a shame that
processing
that's not
stones.
there anymore.
Yeah.
Could you imagine I wonder how many original water mills that still exist. Well, Covered Bridge.
Yeah.
When you go down to Covered Bridge,
they
there's
have
still one there. That would be interesting.
Like that whole Smith mill that we had.
Yes.
I mean, Bob Smith's, that was amazing. And, for those that don't know, aren't from Clay County, there was a man named Bob Smith. He's since passed away. They owned a property just south of Flora on Blue Mound Road, and they had a mill set up there. He had purchased the
He was a blacksmith.
He was a blacksmith. It was amazing. It was it was a really cool thing, and he would open it in the fall, and you could go tour it, and he would explain to you how a mill worked and all the things about a mill, and all of that knowledge is just like going. Like nobody knows those kind of things anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of sad if you think about it.
Yeah,
because that Smith mill, and boy, it's beautiful. But I notice it seems like I travel Blue Mound a lot. I like to go to Mount Vernon when I'm going shopping or doing a Cato run or whatever I'm doing. And whoever bought that is taking care of that place very nice, though.
Oh, good.
So many times, though, when like places like sell and then, somebody buys something, it's like somebody's lived there forever. I know there's several houses around me or houses in town that then those people that don't live there anymore, and then people move in and they don't take care of them as well. And so it's like
makes you sad.
A treasure like Smith Mill, because if I'm not mistaken, it's like got like a blue sign, like a historical marker, right?
It had a blue sign as a tourist.
The tourist, yeah.
I don't know that it's historical, but it had a tourist.
It had the tourist sign on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, and we want to keep those places.
Absolutely.
We want to keep them as we have them. Yeah. All right. Let's hit the you might be a redneck.
You might be a redneck if. What do we got?
Okay. I'm going to do a couple of them here. You might be a redneck if your lifetime goal is to own your own fireworks stand.
Okay, that would make sense.
You might be a redneck if you prefer to walk the excess length off your jeans rather than hem them. Okay,
yeah. I do think that was maybe me in the 90s, although I found it hard to find jeans that were long enough, but I remember this one pair of jeans. Back then it was in the 90s, not bell bottoms, but the flares were real big, and I had this one pair that dragged.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, my gosh. You go to a stock... Oh, wait. I got a title how it goes. You might be a redneck if you go to a stock car race and don't need a program.
Oh. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because we got a little bit more time on these. These
Okay.
are funny. You might be a redneck if someone asks to see your ID and you show them your belt buckle. These are funny. Oh God.
That I have to write something down real quick. That just triggered something in my memory that I need to write down.
Okay. A couple more here. Oh my goodness. You might be a redneck if your junior senior prom had a daycare center.
Oh, funny. Yes.
Here's another good one. You might be a redneck if less than half the cars you own run. Now that's true.
Yep.
And the last one I'll do. You might be a redneck if you grow your sideburns longer and fuller because it looks so good on your sister.
Okay, that one's kind of out there, but all right.
You grow your sideburns longer and fuller because it looks so good on your sister.
Yeah, so your sister's just ugly, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Those
But
are
anyway,
funny. Tell
you
them
can
where
find all of our old episodes on our YouTube channel. Just type in Beth and Stacey and our channel will pop up. Click on that. You'll see all of our episodes under videos, or some of them are under the live tab. You can also catch us Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m. Our new episodes air on Thursdays and Fridays. And you can also follow us on Facebook. If you have any questions, comments, ideas, you can email us at bytheway@gmail.com. And that is it for today. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
God bless you and have a great day.